race to the crown, but raise the sharp blazers, that's to impress. We ultimate soul, from San Milan, no stress.
On that sideline. Look behind Lou Holtz and the rest of the faces.
Coach Lou Holtz took center stage on the college football scene as a fierce, wiry presence patrolling the sideline.
All the great teams overcome adversity. Adversity is what we look for.
He won a national championship at Notre Dame in 1988, took 6 different programs to bowl games, and won National Coach of the Year twice.
He's one of the greatest Titans in American football history.
Coach Holtz would later win the Presidential Medal of Freedom. A man small in stature who would have statues created in his honor.
A living legend in our midst. Everybody give a big round of applause for Coach Lou Holtz!
But when my co-anchor Ginger and I interviewed him in 2024, what stood out the most was his humility.
I was in the lower third of my high school class. If it was not for people like me, there could have been no upper half of the class.
After a prolific career as a coach, Holtz would move to Central Florida and soon conquered television as well.
I wanted a place with a good golf. I love golf. My goal was to shoot my age. I've done that. Now I want to shoot my IQ, which is a lot lower than Mm-hmm. The only thing I wanted Orlando didn't have was a place I could afford. So
and that hasn't changed.
During our hour with Coach Holtz, he enthralled a live audience with plenty of laughs and a heaping of wisdom.
I don't care what you achieve in this world. I don't care how much money you make. If you aren't successful as a husband and a father, you fail. And so to me, my priorities was my faith, my family, and then football.
Coach Lou Holtz.
Get set for the thrill. It's game time now. Mama sent you to the crowd. Let me show you how. Scores are dropping, wheels are turning, aces high. We're rocking every moment, reaching for the sky. So catch your breath and strap in tight. We're bringing the heat, it feels so right. Lights are flashing, the crowd's in a roar. Get ready for action, it's what we live for. For the thrill.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ROMA Sports. We're going across the country and the world and talk sports. I'm AK, your favorite guy. Boy, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got a lot. That's right. Tatum's making his way back to the Celtics, basically making him and the Celtics a front runner with their new lineup. Who would have thought that? What are they, second place now?
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So Jaylen Brown held that team afloat the entire time.
He did. First name Jalen, I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But listen, I mean, he was a 1A. He was a 1B to the Tatum 1A. Turned into a 1A. Tatum's back 1A. They're two 1As. Boston's going to be more dangerous than they are right now, and it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't believe he came back as fast as he did.
I wish him luck. I mean, tough injury, but he's a baller, bro. He's in good shape. He's young, so I wish him well.
Actually, I think he's 30.
He looks young. He's baby look,
yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, he's been in the league 8 years now?
I guess you're right. Yeah, I mean,
Jeez.
and he's doing damage too, bro.
I know. It's kind of like Kevin Durant, because if he didn't hurt himself during that run and take a year and a half off, you imagine how many points he would have right now?
Yeah, KD, man, he's a special specimen, as they say. But how you doing, bro? Happy to be here.
I'm doing good. I'm just so glad I've got a show on this week. We got a lot of stuff going on. Sunset Rants, everybody's sick or
man.
They've got finals, school and stuff like that. So it's you know what, we're gonna take a little hiatus.
Yeah,
give everybody a break.
Recharge.
Do what we gotta do. But you know what? Our main single shows right now, they're going hot.
Yeah, and unfortunately, fortunately, sports never dies, bro. So I mean, and the NFL's at it again. I mean, they're just crazy. Trades, tags.
We got a lot to talk about with the NFL.
Lead the way. Lead the horse, baby.
You got it. All right. Well, before we get started, make sure you follow me on X at @therealRoma_, AK Lemagrag, which is what backwards?
Gargamel.
Yeah,
all he does is eat Smurfs. So let's go.
Yes. Gargamel backwards, Lemagrag on X. That's Gargy right there. And subscribe to our socials at riseofmiddleamerica.com. It's where you can get the lineup of all the up-to-the-minute action of all of our shows, news, culture, true crime, now sports. We've got something for all of your needs. So comment, and subscribe, and help make this network healthy. Now, without further ado, it's First and Furious. All right, let's get this up and running. Shut this music off. There we go. Let's go.
We lost Lou Holtz, the iconic Hall of Fame coach who led Notre Dame to its last national football championship. He has died at the age of 89. Holtz was a head coach at 6 different schools. He even spent the season as the head coach of the New York Jets. Once upon a time, he was most known for his tenure, of course, at Notre Dame from 1986 through 1996. Fighting Irish won 100 games on his watch, which famously included winning the national championship in 1988. He finished his career with 249 wins and was elected into the College Football Hall of Fame. It is not often that I do this, but in the case of Lou Holtz, there is a story I would really like to tell. I've told this story over the 25 years or so since it happened, more times than I can count, but it hits very differently now. It was the first time I ever met him. I was anchoring SportsCenter in those days, and one afternoon, Lou Holtz was coming on the show, and I was very excited to talk with him. He had been an icon at that point for all of my life. And in those days, in the old building in Bristol, it was a very long walk from the newsroom to the studio. And so we took that walk together. And he was very friendly, asking me all about myself as we made that walk to record an interview. He walked very fast. Lou Holtz always walked very fast. And he was talking to me, and he was asking me about myself. And I said to him, actually, Coach, it's quite exciting. My wife and I are expecting our first child in the next few weeks. And he stopped, dead in his tracks. And he put a finger up, like almost right in my face. And he said to me, young man, the most important thing you can do for a child is make sure every day they know how much you love their mother. And just like that, he started walking again. My first thought was, I can't believe this actually just happened. Our daughter was born a month later. Our son came 2 years after that. And I've thought about what Lou Holtz said to me that day about 1 million times since. So today, I just want to say, rest in peace, Coach. Thank you for the best advice anyone ever gave me.
Yeah.
Shows you what kind of man he was.
Yeah, you know, and when you mention Lou Holtz, you actually say the great Lou Holtz. So I mean,
The great,
you know,
absolutely.
You know, and it's funny. You know, off the field, great dude. On the field as a coach, feisty as hell. Reminds me of the Mick from the movie Rocky. I mean, super feisty. Wants to win. Is there to win. Is there to teach. Love of the game. Let's bring up something that Mr. Mike Greeny said over there. He said he coached 1 year of the Jets. 1976, okay? 1976, he coached the Jets. It was actually Joe Namath's last season, all right?
Wow.
Lou Holtz abruptly resigns after going 3-11 and resigns in week 14 to take the job at Arkansas. Now, this just tells you two things. One, the Jets are terrible even 60 years ago. For him to resign mid-season, late season with Joe Namath's last season, future Hall of Famer. And, you know, and to be such a great guy and a great coach, for you to do that just shows you how bad the Jets are as an organization. So, I mean, you know what I mean?
Since then, dude.
Yeah, and those games, and it was cool because those games actually take place at Shea Stadium.
Bro, I've got a friend from New York. He's from Binghamton, and he's a Mets and a Jets fan.
Yeah.
Oof.
And yeah, so you know, play football at Shea, like, yo, that's so cool. But again, man, to just resign on the Jets, name its last season tells you something. 3-11. The season before that, they signed him. It was for 1 year. All right. Season before that, in 75, they were 3-11 as well. All right. Interim took over. They lost as well. So, you know, it just carries over.
Well, here, let's talk about some of those real quick. All right.
Yeah,
so
why not?
Let's do it. This is from our favorite news site, Wikipedia.
Let's see what the wikis have in store.
All right. So this is Louis Leo Holtz, born January 6, 1937 to March 4th, 2026, was an American collegiate football coach and television analyst. He served as head coach football of College of William and Mary from 69 to 71, North Carolina State from 72 to 75. Of course, that ugly stint with the New York Jets in 76, like you said. Yep. Then moved on to the University of Arkansas in 1977 to 83, University of Minnesota from 84 and 85, and the University of Notre Dame from 86 to 96. And then finally, the University of South Carolina from 99 to 2004. Guess who took that spot in 2005?
Talk to me.
Steve Spurrier.
Wow, Steve Spurrier, who was a quarterback at Florida University, coached them as well, coached at where you said as well. Look at the record, 249, 132, double up on the wins to losses, 7 ties. He's a lifer, you know, and, it's sad to see him die, but you want to say congratulations at the same time. So, congratulations, Lou Holtz, I mean,
exactly.
Great dude.
Yeah, and most importantly, his national championship in 1988, Notre Dame team went 12-0 in a victory in a Fiesta Bowl and was a consensus national champion. Holtz is the only college football coach to lead 6 different programs to bowl games, the only coach to guide 4 different programs to final top 15 rankings. After retiring from coaching, Holtz worked as a TV college football analyst at CBS Sports in the 1990s and ESPN from 2005 to 2015. Holtz was elected College Football Hall of Fame in 2008. Now, I just thought of something, and I'm going to go look it up. Lou Holtz,
the Google
Michigan, on the Michigan loss. Do you remember him during the Michigan loss?
Is this when he went from a white tone skin to a red beet tomato
versus yeah, I know,
started
right?
going nuts
against I gotta see, let me see if I can find it, because
was this against Harburg?
No, so it was Lou Holtz when he was talking about when Michigan lost to Appalachia State that first game of the season in 2007, and he accidentally cursed on TV.
Oh no, I don't recall that. No, look at that. You threw a curveball.
Bro, this was
wow. I remember Lou Holtz as an analyst catching game day here and there, or ESPN.
Is it this one? Oh no, he was talking about Notre Dame when they were like losing really, really bad.
Well, listen, he's in the Hall of Fame.
I found it. There it is. Oh, no, I'm sorry, guys. I have to show this because this was hilarious. Here we go.
Notre Dame has just had 10 turnovers. They only have 2 this year. They have 2 great quarterbacks. They got an excellent defense, outstanding running backs, and the best tight end in the country in Tyler Effort. This is a different Notre Dame football team. You know what I love about Notre Dame, Mark? They're going to ruin your evening. On your whole flight back to Phoenix, you're going to be bitching and moaning because Notre Dame.
Bitching and moaning, baby. Now, these days you could say bitching and moaning, but back then, forget it, bro. That's like a no-no.
Oh, man.
Yeah, just, lifer, love of the game.
He didn't care.
Yeah.
Lou Holtz, and who's the guy that does college basketball?
Oh, Dickie V.
No, not
it's Dickie V.
The other one that talks way too much with the curly blonde hair and the. Remember when he cussed on TV one time? Where he was like, he puts the heads of the mascots on.
Oh man! He does the college football. Oh man, I forgot his name.
Yeah, but he followed in his footsteps.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He wears the mascot, and then the guy gets up and tries to hit it off his face.
But Lou Holtz and Lee Corso, yes. But Lou Holtz and Mark May, they were like the perfect tandem on screen. Right, because you had the older, more experienced head coach, like he said, not a very high IQ, but he knew football.
Yeah,
and then you had Mark May, who was more sophisticated or whatnot, and you could tell that their personalities clashed, but they loved that about each other.
Yeah, because
they loved it.
If both of them laughed at the same thing during personality clashes, that means there's something going on and a nice vibe, good stuff. Absolutely.
No, but that's what they did. They embraced it. They were like, we might not agree on everything, but you and I are gonna it was a very great dynamic.
Why not be real though? I mean, he's not gonna curb your enthusiasm. So.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, so that was Lou Holtz, age 89.
Do you see the little Mick in him? Come on, rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, a little feisty.
That's funny. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the World Baseball Classic. Now, baseball just started up, but a lot of people don't understand how the Baseball Classic works, right? So let's go ahead and I'm going to play this video so that I can explain to you exactly how this works. Let's go.
This week marks the beginning of the World Baseball Classic, a 2-week tournament that serves as baseball's version of the World Cup. Normally, the baseball calendar is fairly predictable, shown here on a timeline. Spring training here in March in orange, the regular season from April through September, then a postseason in the World Series through October. Every few years, though, that structure changes before the season for a global tournament called the World Baseball Classic, and it works because baseball isn't just an American pastime. Let's make a chart out of this baseball field here, and imagine the entire outfield represents every MLB player and where they were born. About 72% shown here in red are American-born. The Dominican Republic makes up about 10.5%, Venezuela just over 6%, then Cuba, Puerto Rico, Canada, Japan, Mexico, and a collection of countries with smaller but still meaningful representation. Now we'll layer in another zone past the outfield, with all 20 countries that are competing in the World Baseball Classic, and how many players on each 30-man rosters currently play in Major League Baseball, ordered from most to least. As you might expect from the previous chart, the United States, Dominican Republic, and Venezuela are almost entirely MLB-powered rosters. But as you keep going down, something interesting pops up when we get to Japan. The team just has 5 current MLB players, albeit including Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Seiya Suzuki. But most of the rest come from Nippon Professional Baseball, the domestic league in Japan, and the strongest league in the world outside of Major League Baseball. We might not hear about it much in the States, but it's a league and a system that has helped Japan win 3 of the 5 World Baseball Classics to date, a testament to how international the game has truly become. Now, as for the tournament format, it begins with 4 groups of 5 teams. Each team plays the others in its group once, and then the 2 top teams in red from each group advance to the quarterfinals, and from there it's single elimination until a champion is crowned. It's very different from Major League Baseball's postseason, which uses 3, 5, and 7-game series to smooth out baseball's intense game-to-game randomness. And it arrives at a moment when the interest for international competition is surging across sports, especially in America. When we look at hockey, last year the NHL's Four Nations Final drew 9 million US viewers, more than 3 times the average Stanley Cup final game from last year, while the NBA's USA vs. World All-Star format pulled in 8.8 million viewers, up 89% year over year and just below the 10.3 million average for last year's NBA Finals games. So the World Baseball Classic is coming at the perfect time and runs through the 17th of March, right before opening day. It's baseball at its most global and most unpredictable. And follow here for more.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Japan, listen, I want you to pull up Tokyo Giants. First of all, the ball's smaller. They all have the same. Everyone is great on the team, 1 through 9. Competition levels through the roof. I've watched some of these games late night. And these guys are good. So for me to be, that's not a surprise for me. I'm also not surprised that the United States has the most percentage of players because it's America's game, and obviously hockey is a world game. So the numbers will be higher. It's Canada's game, we tagged on, stuff like that. Basketball's, worldwide, even though it's our NBA, but they have Canadian leagues and all leagues all over the place. Euro basketball is huge. You know what I mean? So
hey, I don't know who this person is. Kale Lynch, thank you for joining us tonight. He says, Roma, what do you know about Darius Sakuf Jr., number 5, true freshman from Arkansas?
Running back?
No, let's look him up. Let's look him
why
up
not?
real quick. All right, so who is it? Darius
Sakuf Jr.
There's
I like true freshmen, man.
A short video.
It's like right out the phone system in
I don't
baseball.
know who this guy is.
Fresh legs.
Nope, not that one. Let me pull up a really good video from. There we go. Let's do this one. See what we got
basketball. Here. Okay.
Hey, cuff. Oh! They're all falling.
A little bit because they don't have a lot of depth.
Hey, cuff. The 6 free throws.
Averaging 22 points a game.
Yeah, they shoot about 75.
I don't know, bro. Like, so we're going to be doing an episode on the NCAA tournament next week.
Yeah,
we'll definitely pull this up because I know that a couple of these guys are supposed to be like the top 7 players in this draft are supposed to be like game changers.
Yeah, Arkansas
Like
moves the ball, bro. They put this kid. This kid's fast. Reminds me of Trae Young.
Up the other way.
See a little Trae Young in him.
Yeah, he does. He's a little bit bigger than Trae Young, I think, right?
4.
Don't you think?
Not bad. He's a lefty, huh?
I can't tell. But yeah, we'll jot that name down. And so what we'll do is we'll talk about the NBA draft next week and also the NCAA tournament and kind of merge those two things together.
Yeah.
We'll do some research on that. We'll do some research on it this weekend after they do the special.
He's got a cool last name. I mean, when he hits dimes, it's like A cup. Like, yo, it's like, it's a little catchy right there. So they keep it going. It's going to be exciting for them.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep up with college basketball. I mean, I do a lot of sports betting with college basketball.
It was a little different where teams were getting involved, but now Duke has just totally took over again. I mean, Duke's number one. Boozer's crazy. Boozer's kid's crazy.
Oh yeah, Carlos. Dude.
Duke was falling off. It's Krzyzewski no more, and now they're number one again, and it's out of control. But we'll talk about it. I love Miami of Ohio, 30-0, first team ever. I looked something up real quick since we're talking college basketball. I was like, because they might lose their conference tournament and they might not make it to the tournament. So I don't think so. So I was like, hey, let me see if any one-loss teams that lost in their conference championship or whatever did not make it to the tournament, and that is false. So even if they do lose, they are going to make it. Miami of Ohio.
They would have to, and the thing is, they'd be in the top side of the bracket.
Why not?
Right? Yeah, I don't see them going any lower than 5th.
No, not at all. I could see them playing like Arizona State or something like that.
Because they didn't play any all cupcakes, right? They won some legitimate games against some pretty good talent.
No, actually, their rank of schedule is weak.
It's weak, but to go 31-0 that alone, especially in a rigorous season where there's injuries, where there's fatigue,
out of nowhere,
there's betting scandals and shit like that.
Hey, listen, they won their last game on the road. I believe it was 76-72 or 76-74, a nail biter on the road to keep that streak going, bro, and make noise.
That kind of reminds me. They kind of remind me of the St. John's team that went undefeated. Remember back in 2003 or 2004.
Is this a Ron Artest situation?
No, I'm sorry. It was 2002 or 2003 because it was the team that Jameer Nelson and Delonte West was on.
Okay, they were. Yeah. Oh, they were on. Hold on,
St. John's.
Yeah, but Delonte West and Jameer Nelson were on.
Delonte West was on the Cavaliers, and Jameer Nelson was on the Magic.
Yeah, but they were on the same team in college.
St. John's.
You sure about that?
I think it was St. John's. Jameer.
I thought it was like Seton Hall or some shit like that.
I believe it was. I mean, I'm the Magic guy, so that's why Jameer Nelson. Let's see. What's the greatest story ever? Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't St. John's. It was St. Joseph's.
With the maroon jersey.
Okay. I was close. All right.
The Owls or something like that. Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. You were way off. No, you were actually pretty close. You had the Saint.
Yeah, it was St. Joseph's. That team that went undefeated.
Yeah.
And they ended up getting the 1 seed.
Yeah. Awesome pastry, by the way, St. Joseph's.
St. Joseph's, absolutely. But yeah, it's you have to, even if they lose in the first round, you have to give them at least the 5 seed just to see where they go, right?
Yeah.
Because the 5 and 12 seed, that's that interchangeable. What is it like? 60% of the 12 seeds at once is like 2,000.
Yeah, I think it's like 62 to like 38 if my math.
Yeah, it's insane how many 12 seeds have beat 5 seeds.
The 12-5 is an amazing uppercut for some apparent reason. I do not know why. Now, Now 116 happened last year, right? For the first time ever, I believe.
It was a couple years ago. No, it's happened twice.
Twice now. Okay, so now it's a little catchy fever with the 6. Hey, listen. You can't say the other team gets paid too, like you want to as a cliche saying, but they're out there balling as well. So you know what? You never know.
This is why everybody puts they go in and they put $100 regardless of who's the 16 seed on a 16 seed.
Bro.
You just put $100 on. If you lose 400, that's fine. But if you win one of them, you're doing pretty well for yourself, right?
And it's better than playing the lottery.
Yeah, because who was the first 16 seed to upset a number 1?
Damn, man, I want to say like a Sam Houston or something like that. Grambling. I want to say like a weird North Dakota State.
They are neighboring states.
Neighboring states. Wichita. Damn, like Appalachian State or something like that.
I'll give you the number 1 seed. It was Virginia.
Virginia lost to Sanford.
UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore campus. I actually went to go see the Globetrotters there, and they have a banner up, an actual banner that says upset 1 seed NCAA tournament UMBC over Virginia. There's actually a whole banner that they have in their gym of about 4,000 people.
Listen, anything more than 4 initials in your name, 4 letters, I don't know what's going on. I stop at VMI. So to have 4 letters, USMBC, whatever, I don't know where you're from, what's going on, but congratulations.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty amazing when I saw that, because I watched both of the upsets, and
I love when they pop up upset alert.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, neutral court. They made it to the tournament just like you did. I don't care what's going on or where they came from.
Yeah.
They have the ability to play with you. So
they do. We got way off topic, but you were talking about the Tokyo team.
Yeah, man. Those guys play, man. Small ball.
Baseball means a lot to the Japanese. Cheers like these start well before game time and continue to the very end. It's a cultural experience like no other.
No, is that like is that back wall like 500 feet away?
I think.
Did you see that, right?
It's so different than in the U.S., but it's really, really fantastic. Highly recommend coming to a game if you visit Japan. Go baseball. And that's a little bit about Tokyo.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
dude. I mean,
listen, they love the game out there. Tune in. You'll see them play, and they're good. 1 through 9. Listen, USA, man, let's keep it rolling. Let's come off the Olympics. No matter what sport it is. This is the baseball Olympics now. Now, certain people don't like the World Baseball Classic because they're taking superstars from teams and there's a potential of getting injured, and ruining a season for us Major League Baseball fans. So there's a give and take. What do you think?
You know what? I see this as, if you are representing your country, I see it like the military.
Yeah.
Like you, if you are the best in the world, you need to showcase that you're the best in the world. You don't just showcase it in your own country.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because I think Paul Skeens, the pitcher of the Pirates, actually agrees with you as well. During an interview, I believe 2 days ago, he was supposed to not play baseball. He was supposed to go right into the Navy. And since he didn't do that and became a baseball player, he said for him to start a game, I believe the second game coming up over the weekend, it means second most to him. He compares it second to being a Navy officer for this country. So he thinks just like you, bro, and I think the same as well, dude. You know?
Absolutely, because you only get this once every couple of years. You don't know if you're going to be here in the next couple of years, right?
Yeah, man.
So when it comes to like being Team USA in basketball, like I understand what happened to Paul George, and it was a freak accident or whatnot. But these are the things. You have to have a sense of pride for your country. Because do you think that all the other NBA players that are here from other countries, you think they're going to say that about their country? Absolutely not.
No.
They're going to play on one leg with one arm. They don't care. Their country, playing for their country and for the pride of their country means more than their own career.
Absolutely. I mean, you're preaching, and I wish other people would take that into consideration. Like Colin Kaepernick, for example. Perfect.
Yeah,
example.
I mean, Colin
despite
Kaepernick,
the fact of whatever it was, this league or the world baseball, whatever. You know what I mean? Football.
Because I mean, we could probably do a deep dive in Colin Kaepernick. There's a lot of shit about that, but with Colin Kaepernick, I think there was definitely a. You know what? I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save that for a different episode because I think I've got an idea for that.
Yeah, I think we could make something of this irrationality.
Yeah, we definitely can make something of this.
Yeah.
But anyways, with baseball, like you're already playing 162 games. So what's another 10?
Yeah, well, tell that to Tariq Skubal. Who said he's only pitching 5 innings and he's done. He's going home. He's getting ready for the season.
But is he playing?
Yeah, he's going to start the first game Saturday or tonight, overnight. I think it starts at like 3 a.m. So he's going to pitch 5 innings and he's going to fly home and get ready for the regular season. So they asked him why. And he said, listen, I can't ramp it up this early, 110%, to play for the nation. He goes, I'll give you 5 innings. He goes, I can't go 5 innings again and give you 1,000%. He goes, my arm don't work like that. He goes, I need to gain reps and get ready for the Tigers. So
I
that's
understand
what he's doing. Yeah, it's funny you say that.
I understand that, but if not, then just don't go. Like
that's what I was thinking in my head, dude. He's the best pitcher in the league.
Right. Either you're all in or you're out. Right. But I think he did it because he knew that the pressure was on. The pressure was on to be that guy. I'm going to tell you right now, if he pitches 5 shutout innings,
he is.
Then he's going to pitch a 6th.
Even if he does 6, he said 5, but if he does 6, you're not going to. He's going on. He's coming home. He's coming home, bro. And listen, it's kind of cool a little bit because it's like, he goes there, he wrecks you, and he leaves, and he's like, here. Finish it for me, boys. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Listen.
While he puts up his arm like this and farts out the door, like.
Listen, this is how he works as a pitcher. He knows himself. He knows that there might be a potential injury down the road. He's a free agent at the end of the season. He's the best pitcher in the league. There's big time money on the line for the future and family for him. So, give or take.
Exactly. All right. I think we've gone on long enough. It is time for Legally. All right, let's move on to ESPN.com. DJ Moore to the Bills, impact on Bears free agency, draft, and more.
More and more.
All right, so the start of the league this year is less than a week away, and the Buffalo Bills are already addressing one of their biggest needs. On Thursday, the Bills finalized a trade with the Chicago Bears for wide receiver DJ Moore. The deal will not be official till the start of the league year, March 11th, but teams have agreed to the terms. The Bills will also receive a 2026 fifth-round pick, while Buffalo is sending its 2026 second-round pick to the Bears, number 60. The splash marks the first significant acquisition since new head coach Joe Brady was promoted to offensive coordinator on January 27th. It also provides new wide receiver one for quarterback Josh Allen, who has targeted wide receivers at a declining rate since 2020. For more, the change of scenery will come after the lowest output of his career, 50 receptions, 682 yards, although he still managed 6 touchdowns. The 24th pick by the Panthers in 2018 draft out of Maryland will join the third team of his career. He has familiarity with Brady, who thrived in 2 seasons in Carolina. What does the addition mean for Buffalo? And did the team give up too much? Can Chicago now set its sights on a top free agent? Buffalo Bills reporter Alina Ginsberg, Chicago reporter Courtney Cronin, NFL analyst Sin Walder, and national NFL reporter Dan Graziano break down the trade. Okay, so they broke it down, but you're here to hear what we have to say about this. All right. Moore better be careful what he wishes for, because he's going to have about 250 balls flying over his head.
I mean, yeah, listen, I know he had a big time shoulder injury at some point. He missed a lot of time. I think it was 2 seasons ago leading into last season. But all right, let's get a little into it and see what's going on. So you got DJ Moore traded from Chicago to Buffalo. All right, he's 29 years old. All right. The Bills have to pay $15.5 million guaranteed. They have to pay that this season of the 23.5 that he's owed. So the Bears will pay 8. They'll pay 13.5 or 15.5. Everything's fully guaranteed as per DJ Moore's agent, Drew Rosenhaus. So listen, Buffalo, it's funny. The wide receivers percentage of targets the last 6 seasons, all right? So from 20 to 20, 21, and 22, they were first, second, and third in wide receiver percentage target looks, okay? 3 seasons after that, 16, 21, and 22. Huge decline. No wide receivers. Let's make a trade. Let's make a splash. Let's grab DJ Moore. What do you think?
You know who is going to benefit from this the most? 2 players.
Talk to me, Daddy.
Dalton Kincaid.
That guy just runs people over. Go ahead.
And, oh my God, what's his name? James
Cook, the running back.
James Cook.
And he got good hands coming out of the backfield as well.
Those 2 are going to benefit the most, because now the thing is that when they had Stephon Diggs there, Stephon Diggs, it required defenses to double him over the top, to shade him over on his side of the field. And what that did is that opened up the door for the tight ends, for Josh Allen running lanes, all that stuff.
All that good stuff, yeah.
The thing is, here's what I think is going to happen. I think the first 2 or 3 games, they're not going to do that with DJ Moore. They're just going to play them in a base defense or whatnot. And I think Josh Allen is going to torch the everlasting crap out of every defense with DJ Moore. I think he's going to be the leading receiver in the NFL through the first 3 games. Then what's going to happen is every team is going to go and find a way to take DJ out of the game. And that's always been his problem every year. That actually shows you how good of a wide receiver he is the fact that even though they know he's the receiver 1, he's only, 5'11 3/4?
Yeah, he's not a tall cat at all.
He's not tall, but he's a great route runner.
Absolutely.
And he's got great breakaway speed.
Yeah.
So the problem here is that he's always been the top receiver, and he's playing with number 3s, number 4s, with no actual number 2, right?
Yeah.
But here he actually does have a number 2, which is
You like Keon Coleman or you like Shaquille?
Yeah, Coleman, because Coleman is not a number one. I'm sorry, he's just not. But he's a solid number 2 in a possession receiver, which is what you need on the other side.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, let's a little memory bank. Remember that walk-off overtime Bears big time win late in the season, or was Wildcard? Who caught that 60-yard touchdown? DJ Moore. Great over-the-shoulder guy. Great extension dude.
Yeah.
You know, stay healthy, all that good stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's funny you say Stephon Diggs. I mean, the Patriots released him today. So.
Yeah, but he's also, 34?
Yeah, but you know,
baby mama drama and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, you know, he's a wild one. But Stephon Diggs released from New England. So there you go on that one. It's funny. The Bears, their center just abruptly retired. The center just retired at the age of 26 out of nowhere.
Yes, I know. And there was another center that retired too, wasn't there? I forgot which team it was, but somebody.
I don't know, but yeah, man. I mean, want to talk trades?
Yes, sir. Let's move on to, let's see, this one here. This is from NFL.com. Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra shocked today. St. Brown sick over David Montgomery trade. He is a RB1 on 31 other teams. And if you guys didn't get that reference, that is my fantasy team name.
That's funny. That's crazy, bro. Don't
you guys go out and stealing it now just because you think it's funny. Go ahead and spell it. Go ahead and spell it. I dare you. You won't be able to spell it correctly.
That's funny. Now let's refresh the memory. Montgomery got traded, huh? Where's he going?
Yeah, he did. Give me a second. Let me blow this up so people can see. All right. Detroit Lions star Amon-Ra St. Brown is emotionally conflicted about the recent trade of running back David Montgomery to Houston. I'm sick selfishly. I'm sick because I love Demo, the receiver said on the St. Brown podcast, which he co-hosts with his brother Equanimous St. Brown. One of my favorite teammates, no matter what the situation was. We knew he wanted more carries. He wanted to play more. He never was about himself. He always about the team, which I know is hard sometimes, especially in his position. I think this has to do with the Thanksgiving Day game where they offered him the turducken and he turned it down for celery. Sorry. Like, that's just that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, if John Madden's rolling in his grave right now,
man, what is this crap? Like, what are you doing, bro? No, I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
The Lions agreed to trade a backup running back to Houston in exchange for a 4th-round pick, future 7th-round selection, offensive lineman Juice Scruggs. The move came after Montgomery was frustrated in his dwindling role behind Jahmyr Gibbs. Well, yeah, because Jahmyr Gibbs is like a freaking lightning rod in a bottle.
He's good.
Right. But the thing is that the Lions better be careful because with I know they're thinking about running him as a 3-down back, and that is not what you want to do here. Right. He was already over 1,000 yards, having a 60% Lions share. I mean, no pun intended.
Listen, we talk. I think we had a viewer last week, a Lions fan. We were talking about, is the window closed or not? This is an example of what I'm talking about. Another bad thing for the Lions to happen to, and another negative step back. I mean, it's all falling apart slowly, unfortunately, for the Detroit Lions. And it's all because of the coach. It's all because of his stupid play calls and behind the scenes. If you're telling me he didn't have anything to do with this, call me stupid. Because he has all say in all players that come in and out of that place with regards as well with the GM. I mean, his mouth is big there. He's an important person there. He played for them. He coaches them. He showed them the promise that he can go big, but things are just not happening for them right now.
The problem is that they really need to fix that defense. They really need to fix that defense.
And
right?
And again, with Laporta, the injury that he has sustained, it's hard to come back from, bro. Like, And this dude, I don't know, bro. Like, yo, I don't see a lot of good things coming out of Detroit, unfortunately, bro.
I don't, but I think that if they can have some semblance of a defense, I mean, don't be number 28, be number 16. If you're number 16, you're going 14-3, right? But you only have one more year left of this entire run, because now they had to get rid of Montgomery, which, by the way, what was his salary? Let me check real quick. David Montgomery.
He went to the Texans. I think they got 4 picks for him.
Contract.
5 picks. I think 5 picks.
All right, so he signed a 2-year, $18.25 million extension. So it's basically $9 million a year. All right.
So who
$9
pays
million is not cheap for a running back that's been in the league for 10 years. But they have Jahmyr Gibbs 1 more year left, I believe, on his rookie deal before they actually have to pay him. And I think what they wanted to do is they wanted to set themselves up, right?
Yes, save some ducats.
So they wanted to save some money now so that they can start taking some of that $9 million and putting that in. They got the offensive lineman. They got the 2 extra picks. Like, what this does is now they're going to use those picks to find a running back in a late round to kind of back up Jahmyr Gibbs, which I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to find, because that's where you find your running backs. They're in the 5th round.
Yeah, and I think they're getting a pick this round for that trade. I think it's like the number 26, 1st round overall.
Right.
So, hey, you never know.
Yeah, but they're not going to waste that on running back. They need some defensive help really bad. You can call it right now. They're not going over 500 if their first 2 picks are not defensive players, especially on the edge, opposite of what's your defense man?
In Detroit?
Yeah.
Why am I drawing a blank? I do not know.
We're both drawing a blank. We're right now.
Hutchinson? No.
Hutchinson. Yeah, no. Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson. They need somebody on the opposite side.
Out of Michigan.
Yeah. I don't know why they won't go after Max Crosby.
Listen,
bro.
That is a very sexy name right now, bro. You know, I mean, man, could you see him as a Giant? Could you see him lining up on one end and Brian Burns on the other end? Could you see Abdul Carter in the mix running a stunt? Could you see those 3 guys making noise with
wouldn't score 100
sexy
points.
Dexy Lawrence? Come on, bro.
Sexy Dexy. I want to see him do this dance in the end zone.
Listen, man, they're trading Kayvon. They released Bobby, so they're making a little bit of a shift here. Yeah, they're making a little bit of a shift here in New York. The coach got some balls on him, bro, and Joe Shane got some balls too as the GM.
I am so happy that we got fucking Harbaugh. I'm so happy. Like, honestly,
it puts hair back on our chest.
Ever since Tom Coughlin, it's just been
the general.
Yeah, ever since him, it's just been horrible. Yeah, it's just been like, I think that's what they needed. They needed somebody like Jim Harbaugh to come in and be like, listen, bitches, see this ring?
Listen, what makes it worse about what happened to Tom Coughlin and us Giants fans losing a great coach is the person who replaced him, Bob McAdoo. This guy ruined Eli Manning's fucking Iron Man streak, bro. I hate that whole scenario of what happened, dude.
And then Geno Smith proved exactly why he needed to be on the bench. Actually, there was a meme.
Yeah, if you could find this meme, I think you sent it to me midweek. Bro, this thing is fantastic.
Let me see if I can find it.
All right.
Let's see.
While you find that, I have a funny last name for our quarterback, ex-Dolphin quarterback Tua. Instead of saying his last name, Tagovailoa? I don't even know. Tua turned the ball over. I mean, it's easy, it's simple, it's part of the game.
The ball over.
What do you think?
Oh my God!
It's got a little cheese.
You did not just say that.
It's got a little poo.
Hold on, I got it here. Give me a second. Let me get this up and
yeah, baby, yeah.
How about that one? How about this one right here? Here we go.
What do we got? We got breaking news.
Breaking news: the military is sending Geno Smith to the Middle East to help to overthrow the Iranian regime.
You heard that right. Overthrow.
Heard that here first. on Roma Sports.
All right. Everyone's favorite guy. Now listen, keyword, overthrow.
I know all the sports people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you just did that."
All right.
But yeah. So
while we're on football, our favorite Jones, Daniel Indiana Jones, has got tagged, but it's not a franchise tag. He's got it's called a transition tag. Do you know what a transition tag is, AK?
what is a transition tag?
A transition tag is when a team tags, they're allowed one time to do this, a free agent that's unrestricted. That just so happens to be Daniel Jones. Now, transition tag's funny because it's only been used one time in the NFL history on a quarterback.
Okay.
Could you name that quarterback? I'll give you 2 hints.
Shoot.
1996.
Okay.
And he's got 2 first names. Name that quarterback.
1996. Ooh. Can you tell me the conference?
We're in the NFC West. Or I'm sorry, it's NFC South.
NFC South.
And I think they were in the NFC West back in the day, by the way.
I was going to say NFC West. Jeez.
Now, if my brain just did that, automatically, I'm crazy. And I'll tell you why.
So it's got to be the New Orleans Saints.
No, it's the Atlanta Falcons. Were the Atlanta Falcons ever in the NFC West?
Not Chandler.
Jeff George. 2 first names.
George. Wow. Why so?
He was becoming a free agent. He was owed $37.8, so they gave him what was called the first ever transition tag on a quarterback. And they wanted the reason why this is because teams want to sign you for a long-term deal. They just want to figure it out. But meanwhile, as the player, you're allowed to venture out and look for other deals.
Gotcha, because if they franchise tag you, then they can't.
Yeah, so the Colts just paid Daniel Jones, or guarantee money, $35. And Jeff George got that same deal in 1996.
Now, the question is, do they get to have that do they get that money up front?
I don't know what's guaranteed. I don't know if you just got to wait turn the duration, like you get a paycheck at every week, like a game check, depending on what state you work in, right? Road, home, blah, blah, blah. Plus a bonus up front. I'm not too sure. I'm sure.
You said they can only do it once. What does that mean?
A team can only do it once per season, and the player has to be an unrestricted free agent. Okay. Now, the negative part is they have to pay the huge lump sum guarantee money. And in this case, Daniel Jones is owed about almost close to 37.
37 million after an Achilles.
They think he's ready to roll. I think he's ready to roll.
So he's got an ACL and an Achilles injury.
I don't want to hear that first one.
Oh, dude.
One thing leads to another.
Especially when he was going on a 95-yard sprint and then got RKO'd out of nowhere.
Yeah.
By the air.
Yeah, he got airbendered. But listen. Since we're on the topic, let's go down the roster a slot. Let's talk about A. Richardson. X for a trade. Nothing's been done yet. He's been talked about in a lot of landing roles via starter or backup. I heard backup in Green Bay. I heard starter for Malik Willis in Tennessee on a swap. I heard maybe Minnesota. I mean, did the Colts keep him? What do you think?
No. It was a failed experiment from a previous coach. I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm saying
he's fire, right? By re-signing him.
Yeah, you need to send him
far away.
You need to send him to a team with a veteran quarterback already there.
Like you said last
week.
to
help him out.
Yeah, you like San Francisco.
I said San Francisco. I said you put him with Christian McCaffrey And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think anybody's stopping that. I really don't. Now, a lot of San Francisco fans after this, like, destroyed me on Twix. They were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?"
Yeah, they
Like,
really gave you a little.
But you have to understand logistics here. All right. I used to coach football. I understand what works together, especially on offense, since I used to be an offensive coordinator. Having the both of them on the same team, you can do a myriad of different, not even trick plays, but just like misdirection plays that, like, they would be the number one rushing offense of all time.
Yeah, you'll be sending baffle arrows at the defense. They wouldn't know what's coming.
Exactly, because they're both really fast. They both have like the shiftiness to kind of like as long as Christian is on the same like wavelength as the quarterback and understanding what's in front of them, you can't really do anything about it. I mean, what did they do with McCaffrey this season? Like, he still got over. He got what, 1,000 and 1,000.
Yeah, and he missed about 4 games.
And he missed 4 games, right? And that was with a quarterback that they had to pay because there was nobody else available.
Yeah, and they really ain't going to rely on Mac Jones to give him any type of big extension.
Right. No, Mac Jones is going to stay a backup quarterback for the rest of his life. So,
I think he might be the best backup quarterback of all time at the end.
You know what they say about backup quarterbacks are the most popular guy on the team.
Oh,
right?
He is the best. He is the party guy.
And he's got toughness. He's got toughness too.
I mean, listen, it's funny you say about your football knowledge, because there's plenty of times during the football season that just passed where I told you something that would happen and you told me something that would happen. I'd be like, nah, you're bugging, bro. What is this kid talking about? And it would come out. And I'm like, well, this kid knows a little bit. And then it would happen again. And it would happen again. I'm like, all right, relax.
Just a little bit.
So you're not, you got good knowledge. I like it.
Now, this is probably not happening, but I think if they traded for Mac Jones and they just did a straight trade, backup quarterbacks, it can go under the radar, and everybody'd be like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
But not realizing that if for some reason Purdy just shits the bed next season, they got him in the back, and they've got a myriad of plays that they can do that nobody can stop.
Yeah, San Francisco's funny, man. They put themselves in situations where they have like kind of 2 good quarterbacks at all times, and one does great, and you think he's the man, and then he gets hurt, and the other one comes in and he does good, but then he's got to sit because the other guy's healthy, and he's got to come back in. And they've been doing that for a while. It's crazy. But it would be a crazy scenario to see. It would kind of be like a little mini Pro Bowl team. Brandon Ayuk, he's healthy. He's ready to go. Kittle would come off of injury. He'd be ready to roll. They got Ricky Pearsall. I like him. He's a good dude, bro. I mean, listen, he's that young slot dude. He could maybe turn into something. But I want to talk about the Steelers, bro. I want to talk about how McCarthy took over, and Aaron Rodgers came out on a podcast this week and said, even though McCarthy's there, he still doesn't know if he's going to come play next year. And if he does, he doesn't know if he's going to play with the Steelers. They need a quarterback. They need to know what they're doing. Time's running out. What do you think's going to go on over there, bro?
Well, if he wants to go somewhere, he needs to go somewhere, and they need to take like a myriad of picks and then package that together and move up in the draft to get their quarterback.
Could you see a Huntley being there? No, right?
Huntley has he's like the 3/5 compromise of Lamar Jackson, right? Like, he is. I know there's people out there laughing at that joke right now. He's literally 3/5 of Lamar Jackson. Okay. He has a ceiling, right? He has the ability to do what Lamar Jackson does, but at a very limited rate. Because when he goes against a defense that has, speed, he can't do anything.
What do you think about Mac Jones? Little name call over there at the Steel Curtain in Pittsburgh.
Mac Jones would actually be a really good pick.
You like that?
But the thing is that their offense is very slow and methodical.
Yeah. Yeah, old
I mean,
Metcalf.
this is like the old school West Coast offense, right? Like Joe Montana, like that kind of offense. That's what they're running over there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on. They've got a 320-pound tight end.
Yeah. Washington's crazy.
Dude, that guy is he's the
refrigerator of tight ends.
He's the Trent Williams of tight ends. Like, right?
That's crazy. Let me throw another arrow at you since we're here. All right, we got Brian Dable. He's the offensive coordinator of the Titans, right? What do you think about Russell Wilson being the backup over there? He likes Russell Wilson and Dable. They get along together, bro. I mean, he named him quarterback before the season even began.
Russell Wilson is either going to start or retire, right? Like he's done. He doesn't have the same. His problem is that he doesn't have the same mobility that he used to have. When he had mobility, he was able to escape tackles and throw those crazy passes with two decent wide receivers at the time while he was there.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have that in Tennessee.
No.
Like what? Like name the number 2 and number 3 wide receiver in Tennessee.
Oh man, I mean, I don't know. They got like an Iya Yamora. They have like an Iya Yamora. He's like a tight end.
Westbrook Akine or
yeah,
whatever.
we got Nines Westbrook.
Like, Nine.
No, you're right. I can't name them.
Yeah. So it's just they're about 2 years away from being where they need to be. They need to build up the offensive line. They need help on offense. They need to get rid of their starting running back and let Tajay Spears run free. Tajay Spears is ready. I thought it was this year. I drafted him.
Yeah, high on him.
I drafted him in the 7th round thinking that he was going to take over.
Yeah.
And
didn't really give him any opportunity.
They did not give him the opportunity, but he is going to be a beast next year. If they can get who's the starting running back there? It's
I mean, why you look for that? I mean, listen, Pittsburgh. I mean, they got to do something. They got no quarterback future. You can't bank on Rodgers.
Tony Pollard. They need to get rid of Tony Pollard.
Yeah, he's on his way out anyway.
Yeah,
running back's got the shortest lifespan in the NFL. We all know that on average.
Send him out. Let Tajay start. Let defenses try to figure him out. Like that would be great. Knowing that he can catch out of the backfield and do a bunch of moves and stuff. Like I said, I drafted him early this year thinking that he was going to go in. I was a year too early. But next year, I'm going to draft him in the 5th round. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Tony Pollard, he's just your average run-of-the-mill running backs.
Ain't nothing special.
No.
With Mr. T. But do you believe in Malik? Is it time? Is it time to play football or is it time to move on? I mean, I don't know what to get from this kid. All I know is he likes to yell at a lot of people on the sidelines.
All right, so we got one more for this segment, and that is Kyler Murray. Let's go.
Forgot about him.
Oh, what the hell?
Being released by the Arizona Cardinals? No, but the possibility has at least crossed the mind of Athletics GM David Forst, who said he's always open to exploring Murray's return to baseball with his team. Murray, if you recall, was selected by the A's in the 1st round of the 2018 MLB draft, and he'd signed a deal to play baseball professionally after one final season of college football. The only problem, he went on to win the Heisman Trophy that season, got drafted 1st overall in the NFL draft by the Cardinals, and said sayonara to baseball. But now, after 7 uneven seasons with the Cardinals, including 3 of the last 4 marred by injury, Murray is about to be released, and he finds himself at something of a crossroads. Now, let me stress, there are going to be NFL teams lining up to give him a shot as their QB1. He's only 28, and 2 years ago, he finished in the top 10 in the NFL in total QB rating, ahead of Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford, and Sam Darnold. Murray has already been linked to the Jets, the Vikings, the Falcons. He's going to continue his football career. But man, it would be so fun and essentially unprecedented if he were to pivot and try to carve out a career in Major League Baseball now. Because basically every other 2-sport player who spent time in both the NFL and Major League Baseball started playing both sports professionally immediately after college. Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson, Brian Jordan. They didn't give one up to try their hand at the other almost a decade removed from playing that sport competitively. Honestly, Murray pivoting to baseball now would be more akin to what Michael Jordan did, except Murray would seemingly have a better shot at making it to the bigs than MJ. After all, Murray was one of the best baseball players in the Big 12 back in 2018, posting a .954 OPS with double-digit homers and stolen bases. Jordan, on the other hand, had no baseball experience above high school when he shocked the sports world and left the Bulls for professional baseball following their first three-peat. And to his credit, Jordan actually did okay considering. He hit above 200 in AA with 30 stolen bases and a walk rate above 10%. But yeah, as fun as it would be, I don't see the former Offensive Rookie of the Year and two-time Pro Bowler giving up football at 28 to go ride buses in the Athletics minor league system.
Well, listen, I'm sure Jordan appreciates the accolades, but we all know he was a terrible baseball player. Maybe a career mishap here by Kyle Murray by picking football instead of baseball.
I mean, yeah, but he could have picked baseball and completely screwed up everything, right? At least in football, he was drafted number 1. I think that's the only reason why he did. If he was drafted in the top 10, he was going to play football.
Yeah, what is that? A quick 10 mil right off the top?
More than that, probably about 20 mil.
Nice.
Right. Yeah, because I think this year or last year, the top who was the number 1 pick last year?
Wasn't it Abdul Carter?
No, 20. Oh, no, it was fucking, what's his name? From Tennessee. Ward.
Oh, Cam Ward.
Yeah. Cam Ward contract. All right, let's see. You got a 4-year, $48.7 million contract. That it was a $32.1 million signing bonus.
Wow. That's like 90% of your contract up front. Guaranteed.
It was like 80% of his contract up front.
That's some strong arm right there. Was Devo in the building?
But here's the thing. That's how it works in the NFL. So if you do a signing bonus, that comes out of the owner's pocket.
Wow.
Right. So when they do the signing bonus, once they sign on dotted lines, it doesn't come out of the salary cap. It comes out of the owner's pocket.
So I want that all in tens.
Yeah, so that means that you want fries with that?
No. I want fries at all tens.
Yeah, so let's see, 48 puts to 32, so that is 16 million over 4 years is $4 million a year is what he gets left over
on the books for their salary.
Yeah, on the books for their salary so that they can do whatever they need to do.
Sneaky.
Right. It's very similar to what they do with players when they come in and they're like veterans and they're saying, okay, listen, we're going to give you a guaranteed contract. You're going to play for us for 2 years, but we're going to spread it out over 8.
Yeah. It's
like the Bobby Bonilla treatment.
Almost. Do me a favor. Pull up Dak Prescott's contract. I want to see how much was like. I want to see if he got anything similar to the format of this contract with all that upfront stuff.
Right. So he signed a 4-year, $240 million extension with the Dallas Cowboys. Highest paid player, NFL's highest paid player at $60 million annually. It's $231 million guaranteed and an $80 million signing bonus.
Whoa, 360 no matter what happens to you, even if your kneecap flies out of the stadium.
So, right. So what that means is that you got $60 million annually, you got an $80 million signing bonus. So which means that the $80 million that comes right out of Jerry Jones, right out of his ass,
right out of the oil in the dirt.
Exactly. So
right out of his ass.
In 231.
Here's another one.
And 231 is guaranteed, so which means that 151 million over 4 years. All right, so 151 million 4 years. So that's 75. 30, so it's about $36.5 million a year that they're paying. But you'd rather do that than pay him $60 million a year.
Yeah,
because that would destroy your team salary cap.
Of course, and then you'll be throwing in nobodies over there because you can't afford anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Quick thing with that. This is why the NFL gets this guaranteed lump sums the way it is because it's obviously the most dangerous sport out of the 4. Now, you can contend and say that hockey is more dangerous because of the way these guys look. No teeth, blah, 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 whatever's going on. Pull up a hockey player's contract. These guys get paid nothing. I feel bad for these guys. Let's pull up.
Austin Matthews.
Yes, great kid from Toronto. Young stud. Why not?
Contract. All right. Austin Matthews from the Maple Leafs in the 27-28 season on a 4-year, $53 million contract.
Okay, so that's about, what, 13 a year? Anything guaranteed? Any bonuses? Anything up front?
Average value of $13.25 million, making him the highest paid player in the NHL. It also has a no movement clause. Let's see, $53 million. The cap hit is $13.2 million a year. His signing bonus, let's see, structure, primarily signing bonuses of $49.65 million. So essentially, they gave him $50 million and said the other $4 million, you're going to make $1 million a year.
Yeah.
But they gave him $50 million up front and gave him a no trade clause. But I'm pretty sure that part of that was you cannot request a trade.
No, they have you. Their rights.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to set you up to treat you like God. But here's the deal. That's a rarity in hockey. No, 98% of the players left in the field with contracts that play every day don't have anything like that at all.
What is
That's how special he
the
is.
salary cap in the NHL? The salary cap in the NHL is $88 million. So he has like 65% of the salary cap just in him.
Yeah, so out of all 4 major sports, they obviously make the least amount of revenue. All right. And
how many
they've had the longest
players?
They've had the longest commissioner tenure-wise,
in-
Gary Bettman.
Are how many players are on an NHL team?
Maybe like 20, 19.
It's a maximum, but it's 20 players are allowed to dress for a single game. All right. So one player has 65% of the salary cap. So the other 35% goes to the other 19 players.
Yep. Now imagine how many teams similar situation. Maybe 1, maybe 2 with Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby. You might get a star here or a star there. Connor McDavid. Other than that, everybody is a blue-collared hockey player.
Pretty much working at your local Walmart.
Yeah. Now listen, they've had the same commissioner for 40 years, Gary Bettman.
That's insane.
But that tells you you never heard an inkling of crooked or dirtiness from him or the National Hockey League.
Because it's all about the love of the game. It's time for Franchise Files.
Jones in transition tag, maybe something compete. Then he mentioned Minnesota Vikings. Felt like from all the conversations I had around the combine, and obviously you're having some similar, not just with Vikings people, but like people around the NFL. The Minnesota Vikings are looking for any quarterback that can layer a football, right? That is basically anybody that can go ahead and get the ball up and down on the other side of a linebacker in play. Kyler in play. Kirk in play. Basically anybody that they think Tua can be in play.
Yeah.
Geno Smith in play. Aaron Rodgers. Anybody that can layer up. Josh McCown, who's our quarterback coach, might be in play.
Yeah.
Is that what you're hearing as well? They just would like to find somebody, probably a veteran that they already know if they can do it or not, that can put one over the linebacker in front of the safety. That is basically all they're looking for right now. Is that what you're hearing as well?
I think they're looking at a veteran. The guys that I'm looking for, Kyler would be one option. Geno Smith, if the Raiders decide to release him, would be another option. Daniel Jones, very pricey. I don't know if they can get it done, but in a perfect world, that would be a great option for the Vikings. You can bring up all the, but I don't know the list is all that long. but clearly they're going to be adding
Is he
to
in
that
his
quarterback
car,
room here
Adam Schefter?
in the next
He
week or
is.
two.
Kirk Cousins will be released by the Atlanta Falcons. That whole thing ends after he gets paid $180 million to be their quarterback. Then they draft Michael Penix Jr. at the number 8 overall pick a month and a half later. Now we see a time where Kirk Cousins could potentially go back to the Minnesota Vikings, or maybe to the New York Jets, or to any of these other teams that could potentially need a veteran. We've seen veterans who get their second, third opportunity in places, Kirk Cousins included, have massive success. Look for him to get out there. Derek Carr allegedly was coming out of retirement, told the Saints that, told the world that. There was no movement. Maybe Derek Carr gets another gig. Tua Tagovailoa is going to be moved on from the Miami world. Geno Smith is being looked at potentially for the Minnesota Vikings. Kyler Murray's days in Arizona are over. Remember, they draft the kid from
All right.
does not go well. He's the Rosen one.
All right. What do we got here?
There's 5 names on that list.
Yes.
I see one that catches my eye. Look ahead. Run them down.
All right, you got Tua at $54 million, Kyler at $36, Geno at $18, Kirk Cousins at $10 million, and Justin Fields at $10 million.
All right.
We can throw Justin Fields off this list. He's no longer.
Yeah, we're going to play the married or divorce game. He is divorced immediately.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll ask Justin Fields. You could tell right off the bat, he just doesn't know what's going on out there, unfortunately.
Exactly. Kirk Cousins is going to be a hot commodity.
So you're going to marry him? And if you marry
back to
him, where are you
Minnesota,
marrying
because
him to? Minnesota?
Here's the problem with Minnesota. All right, they got rid of 2 top tier quarterbacks in a row to draft a quarterback to do what?
To maybe make him the backup. I mean, they don't know what they're doing over there,
But
unfortunately.
Minnesota screwed up.
Yeah,
Minnesota screwed up bad because Justin Jefferson and the Jeremy Shockey lookalike
T.J. Hawkinson
have been. I know they are pissed right now because they wasted 2 years of their career,
Pro Bowl players,
injuries, and like all this other stuff. Yeah. Pro Bowl caliber players because they couldn't get their quarterback situation right. And guess what? The quarterback that they had last year just won a Super Bowl. So Minnesota's front office is on notice right now.
Woo, man,
they are on notice right now.
Listen, ever watch Major League and Willie Mays Hayes opens up the locker? Is that pink slip hanging or not? Listen, let me tell you something. These guys, I'm surprised they're still there. They must have some relationship because from what we've seen the last 3 years, I mean, this Minnesota Viking whole team's in shambles because of this whole front office and GMs. I mean, it's crazy because they do have a good coach.
They do. They're not getting rid of the coach because
he's a quarterback coach.
He will be the highest paid coach in history.
He wants a veteran. Listen, he doesn't want to teach up a young kid. He wants somebody that's smart, that knows systems, that could execute. He puts you in a position that a veteran player would execute in. And I have a name I want to throw at you. I don't know what his contract looks like. I think he's actually a free agent, but I don't even think anyone talks about him. Joe Flacco. Right over the top, baby. Talk to me.
Joe Flacco
or Kirk Cousins?
Joe Flacco is hanging out with his grandkids right now. All right. He doesn't give a flying about football. You call him up, he's going to be like, yeah, just pay me $1 million. And,
I mean,
and I'll just show up for moral support. Like, that's where he's at right now.
Well, listen, this is where the NFL's at right now. There's not many options out there in the quarterback pool, bro.
There's not, but
so you want to roll with JJ? What about roll? No.
I know about 20 quarterbacks in the league right now. Hell, go to San Francisco and get friggin' what's his name?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. Go get Mac Jones. Mac Jones would do a hell of a lot better than Joe Flacco right now.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. I mean, listen.
Go get Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers would do a hell of a lot better.
Well, like Mr. Red Lobster over here, Mr. McAfee, with his red face. He mentioned the name Derek Carr. Right? Is it Derek or David?
No, David Carr was his brother that was drafted in 02.
So, I mean,
but Derek Carr is he is a system quarterback until he gets to the playoffs. And once he gets to the playoffs, well, actually, did he ever play a playoff game? No.
Texans? I don't think so.
No, he's never played. No, not David Carr. I'm talking about
Derek Carr. What is on
Derek
the
Carr
Raiders?
has never played. I don't think he's played. I think he's played one playoff game. But the year that he was with the Raiders and they were the number 1 seed, and then he got his ankle tore up during the last game of the season, which was crazy. I felt bad because they had what's his name, McDonald, had to come in and play for him in that game, and it was a disaster. But Derek Carr, if he comes in, he wants to get paid and he wants to be a starter, and he wants to be a starter on a legit contender. If he was going to be a backup, I would say he needs to go to Cincinnati.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad idea. I mean, you could throw a couple of things at Cincinnati.
Yeah, because Cincinnati, I mean, as of this year, they're going to have to pay their running back.
Listen,
Chase Brown.
It's got to be now for them.
Yep, they have to pay their running back, and that's why they're going to have to get rid of their defensive linemen, because there's no scenario in which you can pay all those guys. Because if Chase Brown goes, it's the same thing that they did with who's running back in Texas, the Texans.
Willie Marks, but now Montgomery's there as well.
No, Montgomery is there now.
They have Willie Marks.
No, I'm not talking about Willie. He never played for the Bengals.
Oh, he was a Bengal. Who? Mixon. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's not a Mixon. He's way better than Mixon.
Joe Mixon was good in Cincinnati in that system.
He was fantastic, but he wanted to get paid, and Cincinnati are very stingy.
Yeah, you're not getting paid there,
especially as a running back. As a wide receiver and a quarterback, they'll pay you. As a defensive end and an edge rusher, they'll pay you. But outside of that, they will not pay you.
Well, let me ask you a question. Since we're on the defensive side of the ball. What's up with Kansas City, bro? They just traded Trey McDuffie.
They did, but they also know that next year they're not going to have Patrick Mahomes, right? So, they're trying to get rid. They're trying to dump as much salary as. But next year is going to be the salary dump, so that when they're trying to accumulate picks and accumulate a bunch of things, so that when Patrick Mahomes does come back in 2028, because I don't think he's coming back next year.
Yeah, this is pretty much it.
Yeah, if he comes back, when he comes back in 2028, they're going to have a tight end, because I mean, Travis Kelce's that there's no way he's staying an extra year.
He's done.
They're gonna have to pay for an offensive line. They're gonna have to pay for.
They have Chris Jones on the defensive side too. I mean.
They got Chris Jones, but Jones probably won't be there in 2028 either. I'm telling you, they're going to have Kansas City's going to have a fire sale next year so they can get the number 1 pick.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I think if Kansas City gets the number 1 pick for 2028 and gets to pick high in the draft, there's going to be a lot of problems, right?
Well, they traded him to the Rams, and I think they get in first round 29 overall for this season.
Mm.
So they could start their little adventure now.
Exactly. So when Patrick Mahomes comes back, he's going to have a team around him.
Speaking of coming back, right?
Coming back. Absolutely. So, anyways.
What a night.
Man, that was a lot. We could have gone a lot further. We had like 3 or 4 other segments.
Oh, we didn't even talk. We didn't even talk about. We got a whole bunch of stuff. I got a whole slew here.
No, on top of that, next week we're going to be talking about the NCAA tournament and the NBA draft. So you definitely don't want to miss that. So please make sure you go to riseofmiddleamerica.com. It's here on Marietta Shows in the upper right-hand corner right here. That's where we got all of our socials. And down at the bottom, once you pass our ugly faces, you can show your support by going to our merch site, or you can make a monetary contribution, PayPal, to help us keep the lights on, do what we do. We're having a lot of fun here. So like, comment, subscribe, and join us. We got a Discord as well. Come tell us while we're right or wrong. It's been a pleasure, Gargi.
Yo, all the love, bro. Every Thursday night is the best night.
Exactly. Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Talk to me.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to end the show the way that we normally do. I'm going to end the show with something very, very funny. Okay? I'm going to pull this up right now because you sent it to me earlier today. I watched it.
I totally forgot, bro. That's how busy we are. I think
And-
everyone's going to enjoy this.
Oh my God, I can't wait to play this. So,
It's 100%
anyways,
true. Enjoy.
hold on.
Yo,
Cut the music. Cut the music. All right. So,
this is real talk right here.
this is real talk right here. We have an epidemic in the NBA. All right. And it's real. And we need to get to the bottom of it because at the end of the day, this might actually ruin the NBA.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
All right. We're not talking about Paul Tagliabue because he had nothing to do with the NBA. That was the NFL. We're not talking about David Stern.
It's the old NFL commissioner.
We're not talking about Adam Silver, who's making a bunch of silver right now with the NBA. We are talking about this right here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us and have a great night.
Every first impression. Why so many Jalen's in the NBA? I think it's way too many Jalen's in the NBA. Went to sleep and it was 10 Jalen's in the NBA. Woke up and now it's 30 Jalen's in the NBA. We got Jalen Smith on the Bulls and Jalen with a Y playing for the Timberwolves. Think it's a joke, but I'm actually earnest. To tell the truth, that ain't even really scratching the surface. There's 607 players on the court playing. 16 teams got a player named Jalen. And it's really 2 Jalen's on 3 teams. That's got to be like 50% of the league. In the crib trying to figure what it all really means. I know their mama raised them like my son is my king. And I could probably recognize them all by facial. And I wouldn't be surprised if they was all biracial. Look, why so many Jalen's in the NBA? I think it's way too many Jalen's in the NBA. Went to sleep and it was 30 Jalen's in the NBA. Woke up and now it's 80 Jalen's in the NBA. We got Jalen Hood up on the Lakers, Wilson on the Nets, Jalen Smith is on the Pacers. Can't forget Jalen Duren is on the Pistons. Another Jalen out of Sacramento where the Kings is. Bridges, Harris, Williams on the Thunder. About to place bets on where the next one finna come from. My money on New York, the Chicago, cities with the most white baby mamas far as I know. And the NFL is even more insane, dude. You ever seen Jalen Hurts and Speedy in the same room? Next draft, more Jalen's in the fold. And it's all thanks to the legendary Jalen Rose. But it's already way too many Jalen's in the NBA. Why so many Jalen's in the NBA? Went to sleep, 600 Jalen's in the NBA. Not a whole league is Jalen.